Monday deals. I'm going to take you through what's included in the all access pass. Now, when it comes to the pricing bits on this page, just ignore those because this was when I first put the deal together in May 2023. It's now November 2024. So of course, all of that has changed, but just to give you an overview of what was included back then, of course, some things have been added and as I said, the pricing has changed. Now, when I first put this out, one of my lovely clients said, they sent me an email saying, Marilyn, which workshop is this for? So I went back and I said all of them and they said, oh my God, this is a gold mine because you get access to, there was over 50 workshops, then it was up to 60. We're now, beyond that as well. But what it does is it gives you an all access pass to my previous workshops, programs, coaching series, that sort of thing. It's all online. And this is the lifetime deal. So you pay once, you get access to everything forever. So I was explaining, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I giving this away? I also did a bit of a deal last summer where people could access it for a weekend to see what it's all about. And one of the people who took part said, thanks so much for your generous offering. I watched / listened from 10 a.m. until midnight yesterday, as that was the only day I had free. And then they're saying, do it. They're easy to follow, varied, to keep you interested and wacky enough to keep you alert. That was from the wonderful Lauren Northey from www.tlhealingtherapies.com. And there is a massive amount of variety. I'll give you a quick overview in a few moments. I'm talking about here what was behind the idea. And one of the things that I got fed up of seeing is what I call shrinkflation, where you're paying the same or in most cases more, but the quantity that you're getting is less. So I was like, we can do something about that. Also, one of the things that will often happen if you sign up for a course, particularly if it's going out live, or I've noticed the trend nowadays is you purchase a course, but you've got a limited amount of time to watch it. So you might have a set number of days or 3 months, 6 months, whatever it might be, but you don't get lifetime access to it. So now you've got to juggle all of your other priorities and go, okay, how and where and when am I going to fit this in? And one of the benefits of the all access pass is it's always there at your fingertips when you are ready. So you're not having to do the proverbial juggle to get everything done. So this is just a very brief overview. As I said, this is from a year ago, well, coming up to a year and a half now, but this will just give you a flavor of what's included. And with some of them, I put the prices next to them. If it was easy for me to find the price or remember the price, because as I said, there's loads in there. But again, it just gives you a flavor of what's included, a ballpark figure, just so you can do some rough calculations in terms of what you're getting access to. But there's the Fearless Public Speaking program, so that's $1,200. The Huna Energy Clearance, that's one of the shorter ones, that'll be $16. We've got things like the 7-part Chakra Balance and Energy Healing series. That's a 7-part series. No surprises there, given we're going through the 7 chakras. That's $400. What do we got? The 1-day Huna and Ho'oponopono workshop, that's $307. The 1-day Core Issue Therapy Breakthrough Day, that's $497. A guided Huna process, that's $69. The 1-day MBS, and some of these, I'd done some special pricing also on some of these at the time I'd written this. So they're not going to be exactly the same, but you get an idea. The 1-day MBS Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest workshop, $247. 1-day Banished Procrastination workshop, $250. The Global Soul Plan reading, $117. What else we got that's got pricing on it? The 1-day Magic and Gratitude workshop, $257. The Transformation program, that's $3,200. The 1-day MBS Energy Fest, we did another bonus webinar, so different content, different processes, that's $257. The 1-day Fearless Public Speaking workshop, at the time I put this together a year and a half ago, it was $257. The 1-day Money Breakthrough workshop, 7 hours and 55 minutes. Let's just call it 8 hours, $317. The 10-part Raising Your Money Vibration series, $597. The 3-part Relationship workshop, $321. The 4-part Intuition Accelerator, $497. Another of the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest. We did a series of those. The 1-day practitioner insider secrets workshop, $497. And so that's really, if you're a practitioner, trainer, coach, consultant, you want to put your own workshops, programs, products together. I take you through from start to finish everything that I do in order to get to this stage where we're now saying, hey, here's the finished product. How do you structure it? How do you decide what to include? How, all that sort of stuff. So that's the practitioner insider secrets. You get the idea. And as I said, I haven't priced everything, but if you just price up a few of those, you'll see what's included if you were to purchase it separately far exceeds even the current price, of course, of the All Access Pass lifetime deal. I did a couple of little videos in there. Okay, yeah, what's not included? It does not include live workshops or live online events. However, if it's something that I have created and I'm not doing it for a private client or it's not licensed, then the replay recording goes into the All Access Pass. And there will be times, you know, a couple of times a year I'll be running something. You will get an invite as well to attend live. But generally speaking, the replay recording is uploaded into the All Access Pass Learning Library in the portal. It does not include the photo reading certification because that's licensed to Learning Strategies Corporation. If I'm co-training with someone else, it's not going to be included because I can't give their material and IP away. And there are also a series of 6 workshops that I ran for Learning Strategies, well, using their material, I should say. And that's the Resilience Workshop, Abundance for Life, Living the Law of Attraction, Rapid Reading Made Easy, Genius Code, and the Happiness Generator. However, when I first launched that series earlier this year, I offered a special price to those who were in the All Access Pass if they wanted to join us, but because it's licensed to someone else, they are not included. And again, if I'm running a corporate workshop or something like that, then it's not going to be in the All Access Pass. But there's, as you see, there's a lot in there already. What you can do is a free download. I've done a color-coded chart, which basically, this is just a small version of it, but I've done a color-coded chart because you might be wanting to work on, I don't know, money and manifestation or relationships, mindset, health and well-being, public speaking, accelerated learning. You know, so what I did is I color coded it so it'll be easier for you to navigate your way through and identify which of the courses you want to do. For those of you I haven't yet met, my name is Marilyn Devonish, the Neuro Success Coach and Rapid Transformation Specialist. And then we've got here, as I said, ignore these. This was the pricing when I first sort of put it together. So, you know, you can just scroll through that. I was doing an offer for my anniversary. So just scroll through all of that. And then what I've got is a Q&A. In terms of some of the most common questions: when do the workshops start? How do I get access? Who is the online trainer facilitator? How long do I have access to material? How long are the programs? Are the workshops available in a love and language? In a word, no, for that one. When does the early booking price end? How many workshops are included? And just going through some of the common questions that I had. And these are toggle. So you just click on the plus button and it will open. So just do that. So that's that. Right. So that is the overview. A couple of other bonus things that you get. There's a virtual co-working room that you have private access to. These are some of also the public rooms that I've got as well if you wanted to have a look around. There's the virtual coffee shop that's open to anyone who wants to go in. You just choose a nickname, pick an avatar picture, go inside, click on a seat, and you've got some interactive stuff. So I put some of my favorite videos in there if you wanted to listen to something, or I'd put a couple of books in there as well if you wanted to listen to an audio book. So it's www.online.transformationstm.com. This one's /coffee shop. We've got the photo reading preview room. There's a meditation room. There's the block therapy room. So a lot of these are, there's the bar, the dance break where I've put a playlist together. We even have a swimming pool complete with side effects. So there's some public rooms, but what I've also set up is a virtual Pomodoro room for those of you who have the All Access Pass. Now, the way that this works, if your microphone and camera are off, you can be in the room with several other people and you have no idea. You can't hear what anyone else is doing. You'll just see whatever the picture of the avatar is they've chosen. You'll just see that in the seat. And what it also means, there could be 10 of you in the room. You could all be using the Pomodoro timer, Or you could all be listening to a different audiobook. You could be watching a different video, listening to different sound effects. So in the coffee shop, for example, we've got the sound of the barista, if you like a bit of ambient noise, but you can't hear what anyone else is watching unless your microphone is open. So as long as your microphone is switched off, you can't hear what someone else is working on. And if you don't put your camera on, then no one will know it's you, unless, of course, you've used your real name. But there's the VIP co-working space that I've set up for those of you that are in the all access pass. And then this is a bit of feedback, because people often say, oh, well, you know, I'm not sure about online events. All I can say, as many people have said, is, Marilyn, there are online events and then there are your online events. So this is just a little bit of feedback from people who have done stuff online with me. So someone says, what an amazing workshop. Thank you so much for your time and energy. That one was the Practitioner Insider Secrets. Someone else said, I thought I would miss the live room because they'd previously done the same workshop with me in person. So they said, I thought I'd missed the live room, but this is very good. What an amazing workshop. Thank you. Someone else who did the photo reading, it's not included, but it just gives you a flavour of what to expect, particularly when it's a longer workshop, because this one was 21 hours, so 3 full days. So they said, wow, this is a simple yet incredibly powerful and liberating skill to have that transforms and skyrockets your ability to remember, to absorb and recall information as needed. All of that was online. Someone else, and the reason it says world first is because it was the first time the online photo reading certification had ever been run online. I think that was in 2018, so well before the pandemic pivot. And for those of you who've worked with me before, you'll know I've been teaching online, training online and coaching online since 2005. So well before everybody doing a pandemic pivot and just shoving stuff from what they do in person and just transferring that online. For me, it wasn't quite that straightforward, because there are nuances and things that you do in the room that you'd need to do differently when you're online to get the same impact and the effect. So I've been refining that, coming up to 20 years now. That's why people find it. So this person says, it's inspiring, creative, intensive, engaging, brilliant. And that was after 21 hours, 3 full days, because when I ran it live online, we ran it back to back. This was someone who did some coaching, for example, and there are some coaching webinars in there. So this is the wonderful Lauren Weiner from Australia. She said, Marilyn is truly spectacular. I was lucky enough to work with her remotely whilst I'm based in Australia. I did the breakthrough session. It was both challenging and so rewarding. Marilyn challenges you in such a positive way where you just can't hide from anything. She's also a wealth of knowledge and is able to tap into every aspect, whether it be business, gardening or family life. I really valued our sessions and I found life synchronized so much faster for me. I would highly recommend Marilyn to anyone looking to take life to the next level. Make the investment in your self-growth. You won't regret it. Thanks again, Marilyn. That's Lauren. So she has an exciting business, Liddy, if you're in Australia. And I know she's working on something new as well. I'm not going to say anything about that. It will be for Lauren to do her big announcement. And then this was someone who took the online workshop on demand. So I wasn't there. I was on holiday in Gran Canaria in January 2020, and I received a message from Rachel saying, I've just spent the day with you. I actually lowered my sunglasses and had a look around the pool because I thought maybe she and her family had arrived at the same resort as us. So they were, and I looked around, couldn't see her. Then I read the rest of the message and she said she'd just taken the 1-day Fearless Public Speaking workshop. So this is what Rachel had to say, taking herself through it. So on demand, self-directed. She says, for those of you who are asking me about my big talk in January, because she had a big talk coming up, so wanted to next level the skills, hone it, you know, do a really great job in structuring it, putting the presentation together, all of that sort of stuff. So she said, for those of you who are asking me about my big talk in January and shared my joy that I was so happy with how it had gone, Marilyn Devonish is the awesome lady that enabled me to breathe, think and talk all at the same time. And now you can do it too, ! Whether you get nervous in social settings, on social media, speaking in one-to-one settings, small groups or big stages, these techniques work. I'm tapping into what I learned almost every day now. What's holding you back from sharing your passions or knowledge? That's Rachel CK, educator, natural life coach, awesome mama, and oil lover, because she does the doTERRA oils, and she has just launched something new. But not long after this happened, she was offered a radio show, and I was one of her first guests on the show. She now regularly runs workshops. She's now got a Telegram group. I've just seen her on a stage. That was yesterday. If you're watching this in real time, it popped up on Facebook. So she's gone from strength to strength, and all of that. She did that online, on demand. I was not physically there. She was watching the webinar replay. So that's it. So that's the all access pass. As I said, pricing is different now because this was a year and a half ago. However, for Cyber Monday, you save over $3,500. So I'm just sending that out. Now, the link is going to be somewhere around this video, or just head on over to transformationstm.com. That's www.transce, F for Freddy, so FORMATIONSTM.com. So transformationstm.com. When you land on the site, click the red What's New button, usually top right. A panel will slide out. Click that, and then you'll see a link that something is I'm probably going to use the shrinkflation image. So you'll see a link. Actually, let me see if I can switch screens here. So you're probably going to see this shrinkflation image. I'm just writing the e-newsletter. So those of you who are subscribed, you get everything direct into your email inbox, because we know what it's like with the algorithms, etc. Something will turn up 2 or 3 weeks later. By the time that is, you've missed it. And also then what you're going to do is you're going to head to the advent calendar. So that's www.marilyndevonish.thrivecart.com/advent-calendar, because the advent calendar, what I've been doing, let me see if I can pull that one as well. So what I've been doing with the advent calendar, there's a different deal every single day. So we started off with 50% off the photo reading workshop. So you save £425 on that one. We then had 50% off the 1-day Huna and Ho'oponopono workshop. So you got that for $148.50 instead of $297. We had the 10-part Raising Your Money Vibration series. So it's 50% off, the usual $597. We had deal number 4, which was online, the coffee catch up, where, it's what I call the pick your brains session, where somebody says, oh, can I pick your brains? Then it's like, yeah, sure. Line up all your questions. Let's go. Pull up a virtual coffee. Let's do it. So that was £39 instead of $65. And now we've got Cyber Monday, and you're going to be saving over $3,500 for the all access pass. A little overview of what we were doing is here. And then as a little sneak peek, if you've watched it this far, thank you. I will tell you, because now if you go to the page, you'll just say it's life-changing, watch this space. But what I'm going to actually do, because pretty much to the day, almost on this day 24 years ago, so the first week of December 2020 is when life changed dramatically. And I did the 1-day breakthrough session, which absolutely blew my mind. And the stuff that I put in my timeline during that session, and I was a bit tongue in cheek about it. I'm like, there's no way this can really work. Putting a goal in a metaphorical timeline, really? Come on now. But one of the things I said is, having been very skeptical, I was studying to be a chartered accountant at the time. And I thought I was signing up for a communication skills course. When I got the joining instructions, I realized it included hypnosis and timeline therapy and Huna. I'm like, what is this crap? So I actually phoned the company up and said, this isn't what I signed up for. I need a refund. They wouldn't give me a refund, but they said, come to the training. If you don't get massive value, we'll give you a refund at the end. So I'm hopping mad. So I only went to get my money back because it was several £1,000s. And even now, that's a lot of money. So I go to the training, face like thunder, hopping mad, not in a good place, because this was in October 2000 when I first did the course, the first part of the course, practitioner. And in the September 2000, I'd contemplated suicide. So I really was not in a good place. And so by the end of that, the practitioner, I was like, oh my God, I love this. I could see myself, doing more of this. So I went back and did what you call the master practitioner. And that culminated in the last 2 days of the training of doing a 1-day breakthrough session. So one day you're the client and the next day you're the practitioner. And I put a goal in my future timeline saying, I want to be living and breathing this stuff. And I'd love to even work for the company that I've done the training with. And my diary is just, or I'm working for myself and my diary is full for the year ahead. Now, I had no concept of working for oneself. And I had no idea that oftentimes your diary isn't full for the 12 months ahead. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are people out there whose diary is, but you know, generally speaking, that's not always the way it goes. And I said I wanted to be living and breathing this stuff. And this was in December 2000. The end of December 2000, the company that I did the training with offered me a job running the room. And they said, it's going to be easier if you work for yourself and you invoice us, which was in my timeline. And then they said, in terms of running the room, you'll be probably the first person in the room, the last person to leave. And we would do often 29 straight days. We might run a prac and then presenting magically, and then a secret of creating your future. And then we go straight into a master prac, which is 14 days. And I remember doing a 29-day straight run, and that was pretty common. And the reason being, once you're in the venue, it's a real big logistical exercise to get everything set up and to pack the room down with all the AV, the equipment, the posters, the books, the course materials, back in those days, the CDs, and it's a big job. And, you know, you need, there's a team and a massive van involved. Well, actually, no, there wasn't a massive team. Sometimes it was just me and Paul. But we had a team of people to deliver all the kit. And then we had an AV company to do their part of the AV. So it's a big logistical exercise. So it was actually much easier and much more cost effective once you're in the hotel just to stay there. hence why. And so there's a lot involved. And that was my job, running the room. So I was managing a team of coaches. The coaches would report into me in terms of what's happening in the room and if they had any questions. And then if there was anything that I couldn't resolve or that I felt was important enough, I would speak to David, the lead trainer. If that isn't living and breathing it, I don't know what is, because I'd often be in the room at 6:30 in the morning and I would often leave 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. That is living and breathing this stuff. And when I did the interview, they said, in terms of your diary, we plan our events 12 months in advance. So when a date goes in the diary, we're running that course. And so you need to have all of these planned out in your diary for the coming 12 months. And it wasn't until a couple of weeks later, I got a phone call from someone. They said, oh, we're doing an NLP meetup, because we used to meet up at a friend called Gina's house. Yeah, so we're doing a meetup, and it was like 3 months in advance. They said, can you put the date in your diary? And I said, oh, I'm not free. And they said, how do you know you're not free that far in advance? And then I said, and this was the person who I did the breakthrough session with, I said, because I've got dates in my diary for the next 12 months. And as I said the words, we both went, whoa, because that is what I had put in my future timeline. And in that moment, everything crystallized in terms of what I had said and what I was now living. So it is, when I say it is life-changing stuff, it is a game changer, and it would blow people's minds that their entire life would change in one day, 8 hours. You know, we started at, 9:30, 10 in the morning, go through till 5:30, bang, job done, life transformed, have a nice life. So that's going to be the final deal that's coming up. It's just going to be up for 24 hours once the All Access Pass comes down tomorrow, if you're watching this in real time. But if you want to do the breakthrough session, almost pricing like it's $19.99, keep an eye on the advent calendar, because that one will be coming soon. Right, there we go. That is the summary of the All Access Pass. This is where you're going to find those deals. There's a little video here I've explained to you how it all works, etc. But yeah. And if you want to grab the All Access Pass and save over $3,500, the time is now. Anyway, I shall leave it there. Marilyn Devonish, the Neuro Success Coach, Rapid Transformation Specialist and Futurist from TranceFormationstm.com. Over and out. I will catch you later.